Before shopping became something we could do with a few clicks, it was often the highlight of the week. Families dressed a little nicer, climbed into the family car, and headed downtown with a sense of excitement that began long before they reached the front door. The moment those large glass doors opened, familiar sights, cheerful greetings, polished floors, and the gentle hum of busy shoppers created an atmosphere that felt almost magical. Children wandered wide-eyed through colorful displays while parents planned their purchases one department at a time. Department stores weren't simply places to buy things. They were where holiday traditions began. School clothes were carefully chosen, and small moments became lifelong memories. For generations of Americans, these stores served as gathering places where neighbors met, families celebrated special occasions, and every visit felt like an event. Today, we're looking at 10 department store experiences every American misses today. Some may instantly transport you back to childhood, while others might remind you of parents, grandparents, or weekends that seem to last forever. Let's step through those familiar front doors once again. Beginning with number 10. Number 10. Riding the escalator just for fun for many children. Growing up between the 1950s and the 1980s, the department store escalator was almost as exciting as the shopping itself. Unlike today, many small towns didn't have escalators anywhere else, making each ride feel like a tiny adventure. Youngsters often begged their parents for just one more ride, happily traveling up and down while adults smiled patiently nearby. The gentle hum of moving steps and the feeling of rising toward another floor made even an ordinary shopping trip feel special. Parents often reminded children to hold the handrail and step carefully onto the moving stairs, turning a simple ride into one of those small childhood lessons that stayed with them for years. Reaching the next floor always brought something new to discover, whether it was toys, furniture, clothing, or holiday decorations waiting around the corner. As shopping malls, big box retailers, and online stores changed the retail landscape, many neighborhood department stores quietly disappeared. With them went one of childhood's simplest joys, a ride that cost nothing but somehow became one of the happiest memories of an afternoon downtown. While children loved exploring every floor, another familiar face often greeted shoppers before they even reached their destination. Number 9. The elevator operator who made every ride feel special. Long before elevators quietly carried shoppers from one floor to another, many of America's finest department stores employed friendly elevator operators who turned a short ride into a memorable part of the visit. Dressed in crisp uniforms, they welcomed passengers with a warm smile before carefully guiding the elevator to each department. A polite second-floor ladies' fashion or third-floor furniture and housewares became a familiar part of every shopping trip, making customers feel like honored guests rather than hurried buyers. Children often stood close to the control panel, fascinated as the operator moved the polished brass handle with practiced precision. For many young visitors, riding with an elevator operator felt almost magical, especially in grand downtown stores where elegant elevators, marble floors, and decorative lighting created an atmosphere unlike anywhere else. Even a brief conversation during the ride could leave shoppers feeling welcomed and appreciated. As automatic elevators became more reliable during the 1960s and 1970s, operators gradually disappeared. The change improved efficiency, but it also removed one of the personal touches that made department stores feel warm and inviting. Today, elevators still take us where we need to go, yet few can recreate the charm of those smiling attendants who greeted every passenger by making an ordinary ride feel just a little more special. Once shoppers stepped off the elevator, one of the most magical parts of the store was often waiting nearby, especially when the holiday season arrived. Number 8. Christmas window displays that stopped people in their tracks. Long before holiday shopping moved online, the magic of Christmas often began outside the department store. Every winter, beautifully decorated display windows transformed ordinary storefronts into miniature wonderlands filled with sparkling lights, animated figures, snow-covered villages, and cheerful scenes from the North Pole. Families bundled up in warm coats and scarves would stroll through downtown streets after sunset, pausing together to admire each window before stepping inside. For many children, seeing those displays became just as exciting as opening presents on Christmas morning. Stores like Macy's, Marshall Field's, and many beloved local department stores became famous for creating elaborate holiday windows that people traveled miles to see. Some featured moving toy trains, dancing elves, talking dolls, or mechanical reindeer that seemed almost magical to young eyes. Parents often lifted small children onto their shoulders for a better view while grandparents smiled, remembering similar traditions from their own childhoods. Even shoppers with nothing to buy often visited simply to experience the holiday spirit these displays created. As shopping malls spread across America and online retail changed the way families prepared for Christmas, many of these grand window displays became smaller or disappeared altogether. Yet for countless Americans, one glimpse of a beautifully decorated department store window still brings back memories of cold winter evenings, glowing city streets, and the simple excitement of believing that Christmas was just around the corner. After admiring the holiday displays, many families continued deeper into the store, where another cherished tradition offered a welcome chance to rest, chat, and enjoy a simple meal together. Number 7. The lunch counter that turned shopping into a family outing. For generations of Americans, a trip to the department store wasn't complete without stopping at the lunch counter. Tucked between the clothing departments and household goods, these welcoming cafes offered shoppers a chance to rest their feet and enjoy a simple meal before continuing their day. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee, grilled sandwiches, and homemade pies drifted through the store, inviting customers to slow down and savor the moment. It wasn't unusual to see grandparents chatting over coffee, while children eagerly waited for a chocolate milkshake or a slice of pie. Many famous department stores, including Woolworth's, JCPenney, and regional chains across America, featured lunch counters that became beloved community gathering places. Busy office workers stopped in for a quick lunch, friends met for afternoon conversations, and families made it part of their weekend tradition after hours of shopping. The friendly waitresses often remembered regular customers by name, making every visit feel warm and familiar. For many children, enjoying lunch at the department store felt like a special treat that made the entire outing unforgettable. As shopping habits changed and fast food restaurants became more common inside malls, many traditional lunch counters quietly disappeared during the late 20th century. The convenience remained, but much of the personal charm was lost. Even today, many Americans can still remember sitting on those spinning stools, listening to the clatter of dishes, and sharing a simple meal that somehow made an ordinary shopping trip feel like a family celebration. After lunch, families wandered back through the store, where one department offered an experience that seemed surprisingly futuristic, even if we now know it belonged to a very different era. Number 6. The shoe X-ray machine that felt like science fiction. During the 1940s, 1950s, and even into the early 1960s, many American department stores featured a machine that fascinated children and amazed parents. The shoe-fitting X-ray machine, often called a fluoroscope. Before buying a new pair of shoes, children eagerly stepped onto the platform, slipped their feet inside, and peered through small viewing windows as the bones of their feet appeared glowing inside the shoes. To young shoppers, it felt less like shopping and more like stepping into the future. Parents appreciated the machine because it promised to show whether a pair of shoes fit properly, while sales clerks used it to reassure customers that growing feet had enough room. Many children secretly hoped to try the machine more than once, simply because watching their own skeleton seemed incredible. It quickly became one of the most talked about attractions inside the shoe department, adding excitement to what might otherwise have been an ordinary purchase. By the late 1950s and early 1960s, medical experts raised concerns about unnecessary exposure to X-rays, especially for children and store employees who used the machines throughout the day. As safety standards improved, the machines were gradually removed from department stores across America. Although they disappeared for good reason, many Americans still remember the wonder of seeing their own feet through a machine that once made shopping feel like a glimpse into tomorrow. While the shoe department amazed children with new technology, another annual tradition brought nearly every family back to the department store at the end of every summer. Number 5, back-to-school shopping that felt like a family tradition. As summer vacation began to wind down, millions of American families shared a familiar ritual that marked the start of a new school year: a trip to the department store for back-to-school shopping. It wasn't a rushed errand, but a yearly tradition. Parents carefully compared prices, children searched for the perfect outfits, and school supply lists guided them from one department to the next. The excitement of choosing new clothes, shiny shoes, fresh notebooks, and a brand new lunchbox made the end of summer feel a little easier to accept. Department stores transformed entire sections for the season, filling racks with children's clothing, sturdy backpacks, colorful pencil cases, and rows of neatly stacked school supplies. Many youngsters proudly tried on their new outfits in front of large mirrors while parents quietly reminded them they would have to wait until the first day of school to wear them. Those shopping trips often ended with a small treat, making the day feel less like preparing for school and more like celebrating a new beginning. As discount superstores and online shopping gradually replaced traditional department stores, much of that shared experience faded away. Families could still buy everything they needed, but the excitement of spending an afternoon together, choosing each item by hand, slowly became another cherished memory. For many Americans, back-to-school shopping wasn't just about getting ready for class. It was one of childhood's happiest annual traditions. While children looked forward to new clothes and school supplies, parents often appreciated something else that made every visit feel personal and welcoming. Number 4, the sales clerks who knew your name. Before self-checkout lanes and online shopping carts became part of everyday life, department stores were known for something far more personal: sales clerks who truly cared about their customers. In many towns, families returned to the same store year after year, and it wasn't unusual for an experienced clerk to greet shoppers by name. They remembered a customer's favorite clothing brand, knew which size the children wore, and patiently helped families find exactly what they needed without making them feel rushed. Shopping was built on conversation rather than convenience. Clerks carefully measured children for new shoes, helped mothers compare fabrics, and even suggested gifts for birthdays or anniversaries. In the men's department, a trusted salesperson might recommend a new suit or hat, while sharing stories about other longtime customers. Their knowledge came from years of experience, and their friendly advice often turned strangers into familiar faces. Many shoppers left not only with a purchase, but also with the feeling that someone genuinely appreciated their visit. As large chain retailers expanded and shopping became faster and more automated, that personal relationship slowly faded. Fewer employees had time to build lasting connections, and many customers began helping themselves instead. Although today's stores offer greater convenience, countless Americans still remember the warmth of walking into a department store where someone behind the counter already knew their name and welcomed them with a smile. While friendly service made every visit feel special, another department store tradition helped families bring home things they couldn't always afford all at once. Number 3, charge accounts and Christmas layaway plans that made wishes possible long before credit cards became part of everyday life. Many American families relied on department store charge accounts and layaway plans to manage their household budgets. Rather than paying for everything at once, shoppers could set aside a special item and make small payments over several weeks or months. It was a practical system that helped families afford winter coats, new appliances, or the Christmas gifts their children had been dreaming about all year. For many parents, it offered peace of mind without stretching the family budget too far. As the holiday season approached, layaway counters became some of the busiest places in the store. Carefully wrapped packages were tagged with customers' names and stored safely until the final payment was made. Children often had no idea that their presents were quietly waiting behind those doors while parents smiled, knowing Christmas morning would still feel magical. The excitement wasn't just about buying gifts. It was about planning ahead and creating happy memories without financial worry. As bank credit cards became more common during the 1970s and 1980s, many traditional layaway programs began to disappear or shrink. Shopping became faster, but one of the most thoughtful traditions slowly faded away. Even today, many Americans remember the quiet satisfaction of making that final payment and carrying home a long-awaited package that represented weeks of patience, planning, and love. While parents handled the family budget, children were usually racing toward the one department they had been thinking about since the moment they walked through the front door. Number 2, the toy department that felt like a child's wonderland. For countless American children, the toy department wasn't just another stop during a shopping trip. It was the place they had been waiting to see all day. Bright shelves overflowed with dolls, model trains, board games, toy trucks, stuffed animals, and the latest holiday favorites. Even families who weren't planning to buy toys often wandered through the aisles, simply enjoying the excitement. Children pressed their faces against colorful displays, imagining birthdays, Christmas mornings, and hours of adventure waiting at home. As the holiday season approached, many department stores transformed their toy departments into magical destinations. Some featured working train displays, animated decorations, or live demonstrations where employees showed children how the newest toys worked. Parents quietly compared prices while youngsters eagerly pointed toward their dream gifts, sometimes circling favorites in the annual Christmas catalog that would soon arrive in the mail. For many families, these visits became treasured traditions that mark the beginning of the holiday season. As specialty toy stores, shopping malls, and eventually online retailers changed the way Americans shopped, the grand toy departments inside many department stores gradually disappeared. The toys were still available somewhere else, but the magic of discovering them together beneath one roof slowly faded away. Even today, many adults can still remember exactly where their favorite toy sat on those shelves, and the excitement of hoping it would be waiting under the Christmas tree. While the toy department created unforgettable childhood memories, one final experience brought everything together, reminding families that a trip to the department store was about far more than simply buying things. Number 1. A day at the department store. That was about more than shopping for much of the 20th century. A trip to the department store wasn't measured by how quickly you finished your shopping. It was measured by the memories you made along the way. Families often spent half a day exploring every floor, admiring seasonal displays, sharing lunch at the cafe, browsing furniture they couldn't yet afford, and stopping to chat with familiar employees. Children looked forward to the toy department. Parents searched for practical bargains, and grandparents enjoyed simply being part of the outing. Everyone found a reason to slow down and enjoy the experience together. Downtown department stores became the heart of many American communities. They were where holiday traditions began, wedding registries were created, first suits and dresses were purchased, and countless family photographs captured special moments. Shopping was only one part of the visit. The real value came from spending time together, discovering something unexpected, and feeling connected to neighbors who often filled the same aisles week after week. Every visit became another small chapter in a family story. Today, shopping is faster and more convenient than ever, but convenience rarely creates the same lasting memories. For millions of Americans, department stores represented something far greater than merchandise. They were places where ordinary Saturdays became treasured family traditions, proving that sometimes the places we miss most aren't remembered for what we bought, but for how they made us feel. It's amazing how something as ordinary as a department store can bring back so many unforgettable memories. The familiar sound of an escalator, the sparkle of Christmas window displays, the friendly smile of a sales clerk, or the excitement of wandering through the toy department reminds us that these places were about much more than shopping. They were woven into the everyday moments that brought families together and turned simple errands into cherished traditions. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which department store experience do you miss the most? Was it the lunch counter, the Christmas displays, the layaway counter, or something we didn't mention? Share your memories in the comments. We read every story, and your memory might inspire a future episode of American Scrapbook. If this video brought back a smile, please like, subscribe, and join us as we continue exploring the everyday moments that helped shape America's story. Until next time, thank you for turning another page in America's Scrapbook.